If you enjoy this content, please take a moment to support this channel by liking and subscribing. Thank you.
Go. Go do your own thing, bro.
Yeah, you heard me.
Go be a thing.
Bubble me, I'm going in!
I'm behind if you need to jump out. What the?
Double jump!
Okay, bro.
What the fuck, you can't do that? They use ammo, Ammo's up.
Welcome to the Go All Tanks, One Rocket meta overview, featuring additional content from a team on the cusp of reaching eternity. Today we're going to cover the 3 GATOR fundamentals: health pools, rotation and peeling, and communication. Health pools are one of the largest drivers for success in this comp, and the reason for that is because tanks have anywhere from 2 to 3 times the amount of health of the other heroes in this game. Add in the additional shields or the armor cooldown abilities. It's kind of ridiculous how much damage they can sustain in a fight. It's for this reason that we only chose one healer for this comp, and specifically Rocket. Most heroes don't get the value out of Rocket's heals. Why? Because they're slow. Vanguards don't really have an issue with slow heals because they're more likely to survive throughout the entirety of the healing process. This allows them to have a massive point presence, as you can see on this over 2-minute stall that we had on Central Park. They can also survive through most defensive ults simply by living through it with these huge health pools. They do this by taking and splitting aggro because the other heroes have to burn significantly more cooldowns just to take down a single tank. It's not usually a 1v1 fight, so if you introduce more tanks into the mix, this becomes more complicated for the enemy team. They have to dump more resources into burning the tanks. Add in the fact that the Vanguard roster is the only one with a portal, you create even more stalling potential. And let's be honest, Vanguard ults aren't that bad and they can wipe teams too. The reason we're talking about stalling is because it's objective gameplay. What you're trying to do is limit the enemy team's push or point presence as much as possible. Whether domination or convoy, this is how you end up winning matches. When implementing GATOR on convoy maps, try to make sure that you're nesting around corners. This is where you're going to have the most cover and prevent the most damage taken from the enemy team, allowing your rocket to maximize the healing potential. If you're unable to secure picks the old-fashioned way, you can always use your ults to provide counter pressure to the enemy team as they come in. Remember to rotate your dive and peel for your dive as they come back into the backline for heals. This will drastically prevent opportunities for the opposing team to stagger your team. Rotation and peeling is the second large fundamental. Since you only have one healer, it's essential that you maximize the benefit of health pools and ensure that your teammates don't die. 1 death is okay, but 2 can be problematic. You maximize uptime by first taking an ideal choke point. Your dive tank will engage with the enemy team, looking to bait out as many cooldowns as possible and potentially a kill. At some point they will have to come back to the team for heals. You'll need at least 1 to 2 tanks to peel and cover for them so they can make it to the back line alive. It's usually at this point that the enemy team sees an opportunity and they try to engage. When they do this, focus on calling out and securing essential picks. You're looking to stop their momentum and force a team stagger on their end. Continue diving into the back line, forcing cooldowns out of their supports, and collapse on the team when they're sufficiently staggered. Reset, rinse, and repeat. While the front line is busy diving the enemy team, the back line should be nesting. Their main role is to peel and protect for Rocket, and counter enemy engagements when they start coming in. Penny, Thing, Magneto, and even Groot work well here. Once pressure lets up, they should reset and focus on bunkering again. When playing dive, it's important to look for opportunities beyond poke, such as diving and counter-pressuring the team when they start coming in. A single dive tank can create a lot of space simply by looking for enemies that are out of position. Again, this is because a tank takes more than one player to take down. So when they dive, they end up taking aggro. They can force backline pressure and often get support picks that are necessary to win teamfights. After they've managed to get a couple picks, it's really up to them how long they stay in the back line, because the trades are already made, but they should be prioritizing resetting if possible. Cap, Venom, Hulk, and Thor work well here. Rotation and peeling is a key part of contesting points optimally. Look to rotate out when your health bar gets low, looking for an opportunity to get back into the fight. Maintain Rocket's line of sight whenever you can.
No!
Oh, that's so bad.
If I got I had ult almost.
Couple in the back.
Big ol', big ol', big ol'.
Oh my god! Oh my
Huge ult,
fucking
huge ult.
god!
Box!
Box, you are my
I
goat.
love
I just
you.
For the last fundamental, communication, it's best to show our progress from earlier matches to our later matches in GM lobbies, as well as some of the GM and Celestial matches from the other team.
We gotta pick supports. We gotta pick supports. Stu.
Hella's back.
There we go, there we
Hella
go.
again.
Double kill!
Wait. Strange.
Give me the one,
Ah,
Magneto,
Strange is
with one
one. Strange is one. Wait, is it Strange? Magneto? Magneto!
Got him.
Thor one.
Thor. Whoever you hear the most, target them instead.
To its destination.
They're coming in.
I don't have anything to shoot that turret.
Yeah, I can shoot it, but I don't have the damage.
I can do it. I don't get on him right now.
Alright, shooting it.
Wanda
He's
behind.
down. Yep, one
On her
behind.
back, on her back line.
I see her.
Yeah. She has no things, no shift. Wanda, no shift.
Got her.
Come here, he's coming, talking about.
Wow! What?
Nice, Chris!
Got him.
I got Bucky.
Bucky. Nice. He's all stranging.
I'm dead here. There's no end now.
Magneto dead.
Get Loki. Nice. Hold.
Nice, guys. Good
Oh, wait.
kills.
I went
Okay.
Punisher,
Yo.
Punisher Bucky.
I'm not locked in at all. Oh my god, bro. I don't.
They're gonna swap Rocket if they win
They-
Punisher.
Are we actually in the game right now?
She's
behind.
going around,
Help me.
Inside, going around inside.
I push her back.
Don't die to that.
I pushed her back, yeah.
Nice.
Good ult.
Nice. She's still behind?
Still.
She's one.
Yep, she's just trying to kill me.
She's honestly
Nice.
inting. She's honestly inting.
I mean, I don't know why. They went for the mag team up, but that's not a good pick.
Strange, swap Strange. Portland.
I think this
They're
mag is also
fine.
trying he's trying to be hyper.
One question we've seen a lot is, what do you do when there's a rocket ban? Well, thanks to our other team, we found a really clever solution here. Using both Jet's bubbles and his heals, he has a similar group healing effect that Rocket does. He's also great at avoiding dives. However, his healing is subpar to Rocket's when you think about the amount of times he has to reload and running out of bubbles. This is where Adam comes into play. Adding a soul bond as well as a team healing and an ultimate that reses tanks into the mix creates a very similar dynamic that you would have seen in a 5 tanks 1 rocket situation. And you have 2 healers that are up. Now, you are down 1 tank, so Adam should be doing as much damage as possible. What do you do when the enemy team also doesn't seem to die and is constantly in your backline? We've nicknamed this one the Ace Up Our Sleeve, and it is a 4-1-1 comp with either Bucky or Punisher using Rocket's ammo team up. This can be particularly useful if the enemy team goes all flyers and they're all in a skybox and you can't seem to hit them with tanks. If that leads to a situation where you're unable to simply take the point or kill their supports, adding a Bucky or Punisher into the mix will shoot the flyers out of the sky. This also works well if they're diving your backline really hard and the peels simply can't keep up with the pressure. Now, you lose 1 tank and the res is most likely going to go to Bucky or Punisher, so they should be getting picks to make sure it's worth the trade. While this may seem obvious, it has to be stated, one major word of caution when running GATOR: avoid clumping or grouping when the enemy team has high damage output. Look for opportunities to split their focus by flanking or surprise them with a portal. I hope you've enjoyed this GATOR meta overview. If there's any questions that I did not cover, please feel free to leave them in the comments. We also have live streams of all of our matches available in this channel. Stay tuned for an advanced guide where I will go into what each tank brings to the table, as well as how to play into specific counters, and what to expect with the Season 2 update.